Alright, what's going on, guys and gals? And I guess we're here to do a vlog today.
My name is GMC,
and I'm the dog.
I just really like beer.
Yeah, this is kind of like a... just kind of an odd idea we came up with in a future episode of the Brew Review that's going to air in like 5 or 6 months.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing because these two
guys... The hair is fake, by the way.
These two guys that came back, like it was a big flash of light, they looked exactly like us. And they said, you ought to do a vlog about drinking, your experiences of drinking beer.
Yeah, we're not going to like drink any beer now or do a review, but this is like our first time experiences and like...
whatever.
You know, just our first memories about beer. And I'm going to start off by talking about Old Milwaukee.
Old Mill! Good old Old Mill!
Yeah, we did a review on that for a finale back in Season 1 in tribute to our Uncle Jake.
Yep. That's our family beer. We've established that.
It's the first beer I can ever remember seeing. Like, the first can I can remember seeing. Because my dad drank it, your dad drank it, our Uncle Jake drank it, our Uncle Skip. Everybody in Blowsville drank it.
Budget beer.
Yeah. Now I kind of understand why our family drank it now. Because it was very budgety.
Very budgety and not too bad either.
But, fast forwarding a few years.
Yes.
What was your the first beer you've ever tried?
Oh, wow. Now, of course, this was back in the day when everybody wasn't such a PC pussy. But my dad would let me try a little bit of his Old Mill once in a while.
Just a snack.
Yeah, he's getting his popcorn.
Here, this might get released before the episode, so I can't show the bag.
Yeah. So, yeah, I remember him let me try the Old Mill, but my first beer that I ever fully tried, I believe, was like a Budweiser, and that was at my brother's bachelor party.
Was that the time you got to see the stripper?
Yeah, I was 15 years old. Now,
don't tell.
Don't tell. No, I was drinking illegally then, but I wasn't going anywhere.
How many did you drink?
Probably like 3.
I bet you were feeling it, though. At 15 years old.
Yeah, you could say that, but I mean, it's an empowering feeling when you're drinking underage. You're like, yes, I'm doing something that other people do, and like the adults do. You
felt adult, I guess.
I felt like a man. So there you go, kids. If you want to go out drinking and driving and all that, you're an idiot if you do that. But if you just want to sit around and throw a few back and feel like an adult, don't do that either. No, we're not condoning you underage drinking. This is just our personal thing. But
mine, I would say, as far as sipping beer, much like you, I would say Old Mill. I remember trying to sip of it when I was a kid. I don't even know how old I was, but I just remember it tasting like shit. And my mom was like, he'll never be a drinker. Boy, was she wrong. But, I mean, I remember it tasting like shit, and I've never, like, wanted it since. I've gone throughout, like, all of high school, and probably the year after I graduated, not even a year after I graduated, it was New Year's 2000, I had my very first illegal beer, per se.
Illegal.
And I don't remember, I think we started off with, I think we had Hooch. And I don't believe they even still make it anymore. It actually looks like Cinder Delight with alcohol in it. I don't know my first actual beer, but I can tell you, like, within the first 4 of them, it was Hooch, MGD,
wow,
Yingling, and Honey Brown. They were the first 4 within, my time.
Your first big 4.
My first big 4. I'm thinking that the Honey Brown might have been my very first. But that's what we had back in our like, New Year's 2000 and hotel days.
Back in our day, we only had 4 kinds of beer.
And I got busted for underage one time.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
I didn't... Well, this is a whole fucking shit of it right here. And I've never admitted this before. No, I'm not gay.
Are you sure?
I've never admitted this before, but, like, this is what happened. After the hotel days, one of the parents were, like, catching on to the fact that we were renting these hotel rooms. So, us dumbasses, we decided, okay, we'll cruise and brew. We'll cruise and booze, but have a designated driver. So, I thought I'd be the good guy and play the DD.
There you go.
Well, let's just say it didn't work out too well. Well, the fucker that was riding my car decided to yell out slurs at somebody walking down the street, and the undercover cop car saw it. Well, I got pulled over. I didn't get any traffic violations, but because his beer was in my car,
Open container.
Well, it wasn't an open container, but I got busted for it.
Ah.
It was in my possession, so I got busted for it. It was like getting busted for weed.
Yeah, even if it's not yours, it's still in your car.
Well, as an end result of that, I lost my license for like 90 days. So, kids, here in America, wait till you're 21 until you haul beer.
For God's sake. And if you're going out drinking and you have a drunk friend in your front seat, lock the windows or do something that they're not shouting out and being an idiot.
Yeah, well, the cops actually took all the beer that was in the car. I'll bet there was a whole case of it in that bag. There was like, I would say there was a half a case of Yingling and a half a case of MGD in that bag.
I'm sure.
Plus a half bottle of Bacardi.
I'm sure it was properly disposed of as well when he got back to the police station.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Well, it was properly disposed of as, you know.
Well, they're supposed to. Well, really, by law, they're supposed to destroy it, but who the hell knows?
Well, it was divvied out, so.
I bet you they partied at our expense. Let's just say.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But to top it off, I had to testify against the guy in court because he thought he'd fight his way out, and it didn't work out so well. Well, I got subpoenaed, and for those of you who don't know, when you get subpoenaed to court, you have to go, or they're gonna fucking take you.
Yeah,
you get fines if you don't.
You have no choice. Once you get a subpoena, you're going whether you like it or not.
Yeah, and that's what happened. I pled guilty to my part, but he didn't.
I can honestly say I never had any illegal experiences with alcohol.
Yeah, I actually got my license taken for 90 days over that, my driver's license. Even though I had no traffic violation in that deal.
I did drive my brother around many times when he got drunk.
Oh yeah, I was along with you on a couple of those adventures when we go to like Wanda's and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He got pissed drunk there a couple times.
And
yeah, he was on season 1 and 2.
I remember one story. We came back from Wanda's. He was completely shit-faced.
Didn't he like lay across your back seat or something?
Yeah, and
as we drove home.
We got back to my parents' house. I was still living with my parents at the time. And I'll never forget it. We walked through the door, and he kind of looks at me and says, "I'll just go ahead and sleep in your room tonight." And I kind of like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, I'll just go ahead and sleep in your room." And I said, "Well, the couch is right here, and he's halfway back the hallway."
I thought he was gonna like try and drive home that night or something. Or that was one of those nights.
That was another night.
That was a night that you were moving.
Yeah,
you guys moved to one at Bottom or something.
We were about to move into a place, and he wanted to drive home. I said, "No, I'll drop you off at the place, and you can just sleep there, and I'll come get you in the morning." So
and I think I like stretched out on your couch that night because I was pretty lit too myself.
Yeah, but I'll remember that when he just decided like he's just gonna sleep in my room, and I have no say in it. And I'm pretty sure he pissed in the corner of the room because when he left that morning, I went back there and I smelt something. I felt in the corner and it was all wet. I'm pretty sure he pissed in the corner. I never told anybody that before.
Oh wow, so now all of YouTube knows about it.
Yeah, so, yeah, my brother pissed in the corner of my room while he was pissed, drunk.
Yeah, so public service announcement, that's what too much beer can do. But I mean, we're responsible now. We're in our 30s. We think before we do things, even if we are on a binge.
Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, if you're gonna drink, don't drive. Okay, it's simple. If you're gonna get hammered, be in one place. Okay, that's why I don't bar hop. I don't go out.
Well, we kind of did it at first, but it gets expensive. You know?
I think even my mother-in-law made that comment. She said to my wife one time, she goes, "He doesn't really drink out in public that much, does he?" And I don't.
We did in Vegas.
That's different.
If you watch those videos, yeah, we were pretty hammered up those nights.
That's different because in Vegas you can walk down the street completely hammered as long as you're not being an idiot.
I think that was the drunkest I've ever been in public, to be honest with you.
As long as you're not doing something stupid, they don't care. I mean, it's Vegas.
No, I mean, they're kind of lax in that town. Just don't do nothing dumb.
But honestly, I don't do it that much in public because I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to act like a fucking idiot. Which I don't. I
agree.
I mean, I would consider myself...
Actually, I'm scared to get blind drunk in public because who the hell knows what can happen?
I start off as a funny drunk. Come here so I can hit you. Come closer so I can hit you.
Yeah, that was funny. We didn't get that on video either.
Come closer so I can hit you as a good one. But then, the more I drink, the more tired I get, the more mellowed out I get, and eventually I just go into a coma.
I think the night the toilet glass broke is what did it.
That sucked. That was terrible.
I heard that shatter off the corridor, and I'm thinking, oh no, you didn't.
I did.
And then that guy tried to get us to the strip clubs.
Yeah, you want to go to strip club?
We got bits and pieces of that on tape, but I didn't get it on tape whenever the glass broke.
No, dude, I just want to go home.
That's what kind of generated Operation Shitter Grab on that episode.
Love Operation Shitter Grab.
All right, next question. What was your very first legal beer?
Ooh, wow.
Like the first beer the first drink someone handed to you when you were 21.
Handed when I was 21. I'm gonna say it probably was Yingling. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Yingling. Because Yingling, I think, was the big thing at the time.
It still is.
It still is, yeah, but I think it kind of got a resurgence later on. But then again, when you're 21, you can actually go to a bar and drink, and you don't realize what's popular until you go to a bar. Yingling's popular. I'm amazed that PBR is as popular as it is. Because people
It's
drink
kind
that.
of like a budgety beer.
Again, yeah.
Still
budgety
Old
beer.
Mill. It's like Old Mill.
Yeah. But, yeah, I'm going to say...
That's your brother's beer.
I'm going to say Yingling Lager was my very first one legally that I tried.
All right, I'm trying to think. I got a really complex answer to this. When you're talking legal beers, my first was a Molson Canadian. Now, mind you, I was 19. However, in Canada, drinking in Ontario is legal at 19. So my first legal beer
was in Canada.
At 19 years old, Molson Canadian.
Fucking Canadians.
And ironically enough, this was maybe like 4 or 5 months after I got busted here in PA for the underage at 19 years old. So that was my first legal beer ever. Now, my first legal beer here in the States, I'm trying to think. I'm thinking the first one was a Yingling. And I was working at Adelphia with my buddy from Kentucky. Mm-hmm. And he was about 3 months older than me, so he bought me a beer at, I think it was at Lone Star in Harrisburg. And I'm thinking that was a Yingling. And then I had a beer on the patio with my dad when I got home that day. That I'm thinking, that might have been an Old Meal. So that was my first legal beer in the house.
Yeah.
And then, it was either later that night or that next night, my brother took me out to try and get me hosed, which didn't work because he didn't know my partying past. My first beer that night was a Smirnoff.
Wow.
We haven't done Smirnoff on the show. We got to get on that.
Yeah, really.
But yeah, that's pretty much the story of my first legal binge.
You got to have a beer with your dad. I think that's everybody's.
That was an awesome moment. I mean, having a beer with your dad is like quality.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I don't know if you've ever done that or not.
I unfortunately never got the chance because by the time I was at legal age, he stopped drinking. He was just drinking the non-alcoholic Old Mill. But no, that's something I definitely want to do with my kids when they're old enough.
Just have a cheer with them.
Like that'll be like the day like they turn 21. I'm like, come here, kids! I want to yell at you. I'm gonna sit down with them. I'm gonna crack open 3 beers. I'm like, here, you're drinking this, and you're gonna like it.
But yeah, I mean, what a moment. Have a beer with your dad.
And now you drink with your parents on a regular basis?
Yeah, I mean, almost every time me and Tina come and visit, it's like, you want a beer?
Yes. Yes, I do.
How do I turn that down?
Even when I go over to their place, do you want a beer? Yes.
Remember when my mom was drunked up and Jimmy Johnson won? Jimmy Johnson, not Dick!
Fucking Dick!
Oh my God, she was hosed that night. That's some hilarious. Have you ever saw your aunt that drunk before?
No.
That was funny, wasn't it?
In the age of the digital camera, I'm amazed that nobody got a picture of that or a video of that.
Well, yeah, that was still a while ago, but still.
Yeah,
I didn't, well, to be honest with you, my parents, I mean, some could call them alcoholics, but I'll tell you this. They knew how to control their drinking habits around us. I mean, yeah, Dad drank a lot, Mom drank some, but they never got belligerent around us until we were adults.
There's a major difference between just enjoying drinking and being a fucking alcoholic.
Like, Dad would drink a couple here and there and just lay off, but then once my brother and I were adults, boy, they just cut her loose. Telling you what.
Yeah, I mean, if your whole life involves around drinking, like you crack open one in the morning, you crack open one in the afternoon, and all you do at night is just drink, you're an alcoholic. But you know what?
Honestly, I'm a weekend guy, so.
You work 40, 50 hours a week, and, you know, work 10, 12 hours a day. You want to come home and crack one open? I don't blame you. I do it sometimes.
It's kind of like I mean, usually through the week I lay off of it unless I get really stressed out.
Mm-hmm.
But normally I wait till Friday, and that's like my reward.
There you go.
I worked a good hard week. There's a beer waiting for me.
Yeah,
That's kind of how I work. And it's kind of a good habit because how the fuck do you afford to drink all week? I don't get how people can afford that.
Some of these people that I talk to, you wonder if they're even really that much of a drinker.
Right.
Because there's just no way you can drink that much. Like
You can, but you're gonna go broke.
Yeah, I worked with a guy who said he drank like 9 beers a night. I said, no, you fucking don't. 9 beers a night. I don't care if you got the cheapest beer out there. You're not drinking 9 beers a night.
There's a guy I worked with at the hospital, one of the security guards there. It's not Ewizzle, but the other guy. Mm-hmm. You remember him at Kicksmith, the big guy?
Yeah.
He claims he could drink like a 30-pack of Bud in like a weekend.
Well, I mean, you might be able to in a weekend,
But he said he would like, it'd be nothing for him to drink a half a case a night.
Why would you want to, though? That's the problem.
No, it's a waste of money. I like to wait and then get my reward.
Exactly.
You know, and I'm saving money at the same time, you know.
Spread it out a little bit.
And I've kind of learned by doing the brew review, it kind of taught me how to diversify a little bit. Open my horizons. Because I was always stuck to Yingling there for the longest time up until we started the show. Well, what really started me on that was the fact that, I started traveling more. Well, I started going out of Yingling territory, and it's like, well, what do I want to try now? I don't know. I'm kind of stuck. Well, I guess you could say Shiner Bock started that whole deal because it was a good alternative. I liked it, and it's like, since I found a good alternative here, I wonder how many other alternatives are good. So it kind of started the show, really.
Yeah. And now look at all the ones that you drink. You drink Flat Tire.
Yeah,
yes,
Flat Tire.
Flat Tire here in the East Coast.
I even like Double Dog.
Yeah, that's
There's beers that, honestly, I didn't like then that I'm starting to like now.
Oh yeah, I like dark beers now, and I never used to.
Yeah, go back to like the first 5 episodes of the whole series, like Peg Leg and Java Head.
Cough syrup.
We got shit for our opinions, but hey, it's opinion.
Exactly.
But now I can kind of see their point now once we kind of got used to it and developed the whole palate for it.
Like, we're not alcoholics, we're just drunks.
But another thing is just the whole responsibility of it. We did that 12-episode binge that you're going to see coming up this season, and I plan to not go home.
Exactly.
We don't condone drunk driving either, I'll tell you that.
I think we were, 4 or 5 in.
It's like, fuck it, let's do more.
Yeah, I'm like, we're 4 or 5 in, and you said, man, I'm feeling it. I said, well, David's not here this weekend, and there's a free bed upstairs, and he said, fuck it, let's keep going.
I'm sure you were needing it too, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you need to binge once in a while. There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, but something else I wanted to discuss on this video is why PA has the dumbest fucking beer laws.
You know what pisses me off?
Yeah, we haven't done one of these in a while.
Well, we'll do a whole video about that sometime. But you know what pisses me off? Pennsylvania beer laws.
Yeah, and it's like, this was kind of like a subculture to us until we started traveling more. Why the hell do we not have beer at Walmart here?
As soon as you cross into Maryland, you stop at a gas station like, what the hell is this? It was such a culture shock the first time out in Vegas. We walked into a Walmart and it was sitting there just on the shelves next to the water.
It's like, fuck it, we're getting 6-packs.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? That was way cheaper than buying them on the strip.
No doubt at all.
I remember that. It was like, oh!
Because another funny story I have, I was at our local Sheetz, and this college kid came in. He's looking around, he's looking confused, and comes up to me and says, hey, excuse me, man, where do they keep the beer here? I said, oh, there is no beer here at Sheetz. And he's like, what the hell kind of convenience store is this? I said, it's Pennsylvania. And I pointed him towards a beer distributor, but I could tell he was pissed and culture shocked like we were.
Yeah, but we were culture shocked in the opposite way.
Yeah, like we walk into anywhere and you can get a beer. I don't understand the big deal about it. Like we're one of the
Well, it's not going to make you any less drunk. We're going to get it one way or another.
Yeah, it's a tax thing, I think. They don't want the beer distributors to go. But at the same time...
Well, it's an old law, too.
But at the same time, it's not like you're going to go into a convenience store and get a case. they only sell like 6-packs of them. So what?
Yeah, I mean, you still can't unless you go to Wegmans, which is like
Wegmans,
an hour out of my way.
Yeah,
I mean,
Wegmans even has a limit. You can only get 2 6-packs. Or
like the craft ones?
Yeah, or a certain amount of liters.
And see, I've been taking advantage of this whole craft your 6-pack thing since I started seeing Tina, who she used to live in West Virginia until recently. Now she lives with me, but anytime we go down there, I craft a 6-pack down there for like probably $9.
Oh yeah.
Bring it back here, and that's where you see a lot of the beers at.
Variety.
But yeah, I can't tell you the last time I've actually bought beer here in PA, just because of the dumb laws they do here.
Yeah.
And another thing too about these dumb beer laws and liquor laws, for those of you who don't know much about PA, our liquor stores here are actually state ran. And basically, if you want to get beer and liquor in the same stop here, it ain't gonna happen.
Nope.
You gotta make 2 separate stops.
One here, one there.
Yep, and if you hear us talk about the state store, well, that's the liquor store here.
Yeah. Everybody knows the state store in Pennsylvania.
Yep, they're actually called the Wine and Spirits, but true story, I tried to get a part-time job with them, and that was a process in itself, and I did have a job landed, but they kind of like gave me some sort of a screwed up schedule.
Yeah.
Well, I applied to be a liquor store clerk, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, you have to apply through the state of PA.
Right.
So basically you're working for the PA government. Well, I had a couple interviews with the main store in Camp Hill. They did land me a position. However, what they do is that they take the county and they look at the available stores and they put you in that store.
Yeah.
It ain't like
it's not just that specific store.
Basically what I wanted to do is I wanted a job either at the Shippensburg store or one of the 2 Chambersburg stores. Well, here's what they decided to do. It was kind of, I was going to do this on top of like my security work. And what they wanted me to do is work 2 days at the Chambersburg store and 2 days in Waynesboro. And it's like, wait a minute, this kind of defeats my purpose. I'm going to be going out of my way just to go to Waynesboro and then drive 45 minutes home at 10 o'clock at night. No, not going to happen. So I kind of turned it down.
Yeah, you're just basically paying for your gas to go to work.
Basically, yeah. I mean, if it would have been like between the 2 Chambersburg stores or between Shippensburg and Chambersburg, I'd have been fine with it. But no, it kind of defeated my whole purpose, and I explained it to them from the get-go, which they didn't get it.
No, they don't care.
But that's how government thinks. Don't even get me started on politics.
No, we're not a political channel. Don't worry.
But yeah, that's pretty much our thoughts on the whole. We'll have to do things that piss us off about this whole.
This is our only political views. They suck. Enough said.
Yep.
Enough said. But yeah, we'll sit down and do things that piss us off again because we haven't done one of them in a while.
Yeah, there's a few things that are on my mind. I'm sure you've got a few things.
A few, yeah.
Especially now that you're a parent.
Yeah.
Wait till you start going to sporting events.
Yeah, if they do any kind of sporting events. Which I don't mind that.
But yeah, that's kind of like our little experience with the beers and stuff, like our before the show even started and how it came about.
Just shooting the shit.
Yeah. Haven't done one of these videos in a while. I apologize for the fact we haven't been putting much content up other than the brew review. Just, our lives have been fucking busy.
Yeah, I'm trying to find time to get back into my schedule. I do have a bunch of ideas I want to sit down and do, but just no time.
You're a parent.
I'm a parent, and I can never find a quiet time or quiet place to do them. That's the bad part.
Yeah, and it's like my situation. I'm not even here half the weekends anymore.
We're trying to get this basement fixed up and somewhere. I could probably use this as a quiet little space, but I'll figure something out.
You need a TV so you can do like your reality sucks.
Yeah, I want to
WTF.
I want to get back into reality sucks. I've got a whole bunch of WTFs I can talk about, but I just can't find the time or the peace and quiet to do it. But one thing at a time. One thing at a time. I'll figure something out.
This is one of the few quiet times there is here at this house, actually.
There's nobody here.
Oh, and Tina's at work, too, so that's
why. Hi, Tina!
They got her working overtime. Just a little bit of a behind the scenes in our personal lives. We haven't done a road trip since Vegas. I mean, I kind of did one in Indy, but That's kind of like business related.
I'm not going to be doing too many road trips here in the future. I know that for a fact.
I will be. West Virginia and back.
Yeah, another Vegas round 3 is probably going to have to wait a long time.
I think your kids and the grandkids will be grown up by the time that happens.
Yeah.
Then we'll be too old to get fucked up.
No, never.
Oh, man. I wonder if the damn tour will be any differently 20 years from now. Shit, those were fun times, though. I mean, still. Yeah, buddy. But, yeah, that was just us shooting the shit. Thursday night vlog. Hope you enjoyed it. We need to do another Throw Up Thursday, too.
Oh, yeah.
With level 3 baby foods.
We'll work on that.
But, yeah, I mean, stay tuned for that and sometime in the future. But a lot of shit coming on our channel. We just filmed a lot of Sideshow Saturday. We filmed a couple more brew reviews, and we're pretty far ahead on that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we got, basically, from what we have in the fridge, Season 4 is going to be about on the wraps by the time it's all done.
No doubt.
So, it's going to be crazy.
And we still got plenty more, don't you worry.
Yeah, our livers are going to hate us by the end of all this, if it will ever end.
I don't even think I have a liver anymore.
Me neither. Well, I got to take a fucking piss, so we're going to cut this. And yeah.
That's a hell of a way to segue off of a video.
Yeah, the battery's about dead too, so how's that for a segue?
There you go.
We'll see you later.